let's come back to the international, build-up to Copenhagen. We saw some very interesting developments. We saw, this expose of internal communication between scientists at East Anglia University in the UK. Scientists who the IPCC, your organization, uses in an effort to discredit the urgency of the situation. All right. We have that's one instance. We have now, after the summit, we have the British newspaper, the Sunday Telegraph, personally talking about your association with a whole bunch of companies and your advice to them, and as a result of which money earned comes to Terry, and therefore talking about a possible conflict of interest, where aspersions have been cast on your personal integrity as this voice of climate change or the face of climate change for most people. How do you react to these allegations?
Well, firstly, let me say Terry is in no way connected to the Tata Group. We're very proud and very happy about the fact that Terry was set up with seed funding from the Tatas, as indeed was the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, the Indian Institute of Science. These are institutions of excellence, and the Tata Group has really been extremely far-sighted in setting them up. But we have no links with them. We are a not-for-profit research institute. We comply with all the laws of the land, and we generate resources from the work that we do, and that's how we have grown. And I want to clarify that, yes, I'm associated as an advisor with a number of organizations. I'm an advisor to Deutsche Bank, the main bank itself, and they are now looking at all kinds of opportunities related to climate change, and I see no reason why I shouldn't advise them. If they get into the renewable energy business, if they get into helping people adapt to the impacts of climate change, it's very much an extension of whatever work I've been doing throughout my life. But the important thing is that this newspaper told lies. They said, I'm getting that money, I'm not getting a single cent. I have scrupulously ensured right from the beginning that nobody in Terry gets money for anything that he or she does as part of his or her job, that anything I do outside of Terry, nobody gets any money for it, no individual. I certainly don't get any money for it. All of it goes into the Institute's funds, and these are scrutinized. These are audited in keeping with government procedures. So I'm afraid this is all part of a slanderous campaign. They're perhaps the same people, and I don't want to make any allegations. I can only draw some inferences. They attempted to steal those emails, and they found that
the East Anglia emails.
The East Anglia University emails, and what was stated over there, it may have been indiscreet on the part of those scientists, but these were private communications. But none of what they had said in those emails was actually implemented. We have seen those very papers that they had expressed some disapproval of were all included in the fourth assessment report of the IPCC. They have been quoted about 4 dozen times in the fourth assessment report. Now that petered out. So now what do? They look at me, I'm visible, I'm vocal, I'm all over the world. I'm telling people to eat less meat simply because it's much lower in
carbon
emissions.
Footprint of that meal is a lot lower than a vegetarian meal.
The water consumption, the clearing of forests to create pasture land. So the beef industry is obviously not happy about it. I have a feeling that this is all part of an orchestrated campaign. There are powerful people.
To discredit the climate movement or to slow down the momentum, you think?
Absolutely. I mean, what would be more effective than damaging the chairman of the IPCC? Because then the IPCC gets a bad name as well. It is my job to advise people. I would even advise them, provided they listen to my advice. Maybe the Telegraph should start investing in some renewable energy devices. Maybe they should help some poor countries where you need to adapt to the impacts of climate change rather than publishing trash on their pages.
You cannot turn a blind eye to these accusations.
Well, I mean, I can turn a blind eye to it, but I think if they get away with something like this with me, they will try to damage.
It damages the cause, isn't it?
And tomorrow they'll try it with somebody else. So, I think we are living in a world where hopefully there's a rule of law, and people can't indulge in slander of this kind by telling lies and get away with it. So I certainly am looking at my options and keeping them open.
So 2010 promises to be a busy year on every front, Dr. Pachauri.
It will be a busy year. I'm also launching a book of fiction on early in January, and which I've been writing for quite some time. And of course, there's a huge agenda in terms of my own professional activities.
Dr. Pachauri, we wish you a very, very happy 2010 and all the best for your cause. We look forward to the future. Thank you, Dr. Pachauri.
Thank you.